So we're trying again today, huh? We decided that even if they're second guessing, we were going to show up. We have things to say, we have worlds that we want to impact, we have creations that we want to bring into the world, and none of that can happen unless we take the first step. So, something that I heard today, because I'm up early, it's just hit 7 a.m. I am a morning person. I'm a morning person, always been. But something I watched as I was getting up this morning was a video about a woman who was talking specifically about how her mother taught her to adjust her cup and that she can only get the blessings that she is seeking if the vessel that she uses is large enough. And so I'm out with people too. uh, so that got me thinking because she said she had a ritual to go along with it as well. But one of the things that she said her mother said was, "You cannot. The universe will only bless you with the vessel or the reservoir that you come to the universe with." I'm paraphrasing, but that's kind of what I pulled from it. And she said some people show up with a big cup, some people show up with a little cup, some people show up with a thimble. So I started to look at some things and realize, okay, what is it that I am showing up with? And I realized in a lot of ways I was showing up with a thimble because I was afraid to ask. I do a lot of research into the whys behind why I respond the way that I do in life. And I did a really dope survey today called Support Language. And I'm going to find, hopefully I can remember this, or I'll just put it in the description, but I'm going to find the person who created this, beautiful black woman who created this. And I learned that my support language is being seen. I am a digital media manager. I work in content creation. I help other people get over their aversions to being seen. And my support language is being seen. So she did a really beautiful job of describing what that support language looks like. And it often looks like people don't see when you are struggling until you finally break. And you as a person that is experiencing that, you're there was different ways you could respond, but the way specifically that I responded was I've had to carry all of this on my own. I've had to show up for everyone and everybody. And it is heartbreaking to have people not see you unless you are completely at your wits' end. And then people go, "Well, I didn't know. What's wrong with?" And for me, my cousin and I have a very similar way of working through this, and we talk about it all the time, where people don't know what to do with us because we are usually the ones that are helping other people. And for me, it's a trauma response because of how I was raised. So, in attempting to almost prove my worth, I was, even now I still struggle with it, I am constantly in the state of how do I prove that I'm worthy? How do I prove that I'm useful? And so, that support language of being seen, the being seen part is I could be seen here, but it's difficult for me to be seen with the people that have been with me this whole time and chose not to see me, chose not to see the struggle, chose not to see, oh, she's carrying and dealing with a lot. And we're kind of choosing to pretend she's not, that we don't subscribe that to her because we always see her as a strong one. We always see her as the one that can figure it out. And if she's not figuring it out, that means the rest of us are completely screwed because she thinks for all of us. And that has been the realization of being seen and that needing to be the support that I require to have. And the first person that needs to see me is me. And that does not take ownership. That does not take onus off of anyone that has intentionally gone out their ways not to see me, even though they could. If I can't see you, that means it's not real, right? Like we talked about at the last video. If I don't see it, that means I don't have to act on it, right? even if I'm pretending I don't see it. Not taking that away from any of the people that have done that. I'm adding to this. I have to, for my own sanity and for my own sake, for my own wellness and sovereignty, be able to say, I'm not okay. And I can acknowledge that within myself that I am not okay. It can be embarrassing, it can be hurtful, it can feel like a failure that I was unable to keep all of these plates spinning. I lost a few, I lost all of them, whatever it looked like. And now I'm struggling and I need to be seen because I'm struggling. And I really don't have time to explain to you how somebody like me can struggle. I don't have time. I don't want to have to explain that to you. I should instead be able to go, "Hey, all of this about to get knocked over, whether through happenstance or because I knocked all this shit over. So I'm gonna need one of us to see what's about to happen. And because I'm with me and I'm telling you that this is about to happen, I'm gonna need you to get involved. I'm gonna need you to step in. I don't in this moment, I don't need a platitude. In this moment, I don't need advice. I don't need encouragement that is meant to dismiss, to be dismissive. I grew up in church. I grew up in Christianity. I'm no longer in the religion of Christianity. And one of the things that pissed me off the most is you go to someone in the church, you go to the pastor, you go to the deacon, you go to, because I grew up Baptist, you go to the deacon, you go to the intercessory prayer group, you go to whatever, and the first thing that come out of somebody's mouth is, well, his ways are not our ways. You know, the Lord will never give you more than you can bear. Girl, I'm bearing it. I don't remember signing up to be the strongest soldier, but here I am. I ain't even enlist. I woke up and I was on the battlefield. I don't need you to tell me that his ways are not my way. Because oftentimes it's people, I don't know what else to say, so I'm just regurgitate a verse. When you experience that in church, when you experience that at home, you ain't going through nothing. You ain't old enough to go through nothing. You ain't had no experience. You ain't been through nothing. You ain't this, you ain't that. All right, cool. Check that one off too. You go to school, the guidance counselor is like, yeah, with your grades. Or you could be somebody that I was an AB student, so grades wasn't the issue. It was like, oh, well, what else can we could potentially apply to this that is within our range of understanding beyond what this child is telling us? All right, cool. That's another one. You go to your extracurricular activities, you go to practice or whatever, and it's like, yo, leave it on the field. But you still am struggling with the action of leaving it on the field because the guilt that embodies you because you had the audacity to leave something that ain't nobody else's business on the field. If you grew up like that, put a finger down. If you grew up like that, it becomes very hard to be seen because you tried so hard in the beginnings of your life to say, I'm not okay. I need to be seen. I need somebody to hear me. I need somebody to see me right now. And the adults and the people that just could not handle that did their level best to ensure that you were not seen. Because, again, if I don't see you, I don't have to act on it. If I don't see you, I ain't got to think about it. Especially if you were a child that was told that it was, you are to be seen and not heard. So even then, if you were seen, I ain't want to listen to you. So as an adult, you got to figure out how to navigate that. And that's what I mean with the starting with me. What are the things that happened that caused me to think this way, that caused me to believe that this is the only way that I could be seen? Is if I was proving that I was worthy, if I was proving that I was useful, if I was showing up and going, I could take anything, just put anything on my plate and I'll get it done. How often did I allow that to happen because I was so afraid of not being seen? Because I was so afraid of not being loved? Because I took up too much heavy, heavy, heavy air quotes, because I took up too much space, because I was the manifestation of something that other people didn't think was possible or didn't want to be true. I'm here now. I've been here 38 years. I'm here now. So now what do we do with this information? So that brought me to being seen, being seen here, being seen in my own view, being seen with the people that say they love me, that say they care about me, that say that, yo, we off over a cliff, we with you. If I dip off, and I'm grateful for this, but if I dip off, will you come check on me anyway? I have friends that when I go quiet, they know that I'm working through something. And when I'm ready, when I come back up to the surface, I'll reach out. So they will send a love note and go, hey girl, checking, making sure you're okay. Hey sis, making sure you're good. You ain't gotta explain nothing, you ain't gotta tell nothing, just you can even just heart this thing and just let us know that you still here. And you still on Earthside. And I had to learn how to be that for myself, and had to teach people that language after it was taught to me. So I'm so grateful for those people that go, oh, well, you go quiet. I know you're good. Like, you've gotten to where you tell us you're not good. So when you go quiet, you either busy, you ideating or creating something, or life has life so hard that you looking around and staring up to the sky trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. So it's one of those three or a mixture of all. And so we don't, it's not that they don't worry about me. They do. They're concerned about me. They also know that they cannot be more concerned about me than I am enough to be seen. Because there is such thing as somebody trying to overcorrect and be, no, come talk to me and make sure that you have, I'm going to make sure that the blah, 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 blah. No, now you're in the way and now I'm pissed off. And so, because again, you're not giving me the space to be seen. You're trying to come in and protect. You're trying to come in and help. One of the things I used to say about my relationship with my mom was she would yank the rug from under me while also being there to catch me. And she would only acknowledge the catching part. She wouldn't acknowledge that, well, you the one that pulled the rug from under me. But I caught you. Like, that was the thought process. Yeah, I barely caught you this time. I had one arm under you and the rest of your body hit the floor. But I caught you. Yeah, you still not acknowledging that you the one that moved the floor. But I caught you. Like, that was the reality. So I'm being seen. I'm being felt, but I'm not being heard. So I'm grateful for people that have come in my life, like my dream team, my dream team that's on the way, my dream team that's currently here, my core four, my like people, my family, my chosen and heart family that can see me, choose to see me and go, got it. We got you. But then also listen to me to say, this is how I need to be treated. This is how I need to be handled. And I've extended that to my child. My kid to be 17, well, my kid is 17. They'll try to figure out why friendships are falling apart. And I see myself so much in them with being a people pleaser, I'm going to be the sacrificial lamb for this friendship, this friend group, this partnership or whatever. I'm going to be the martyr. Only one person that we got on record has martyred and came back. So it's none of us up until this point have done that. So in that vein, we have to look at it and go, are these people worthy of me? Because I'm so worried about whether I'm worthy for them. Are they worthy for me? Because I'm drowning and they still kicking their feet on the side of the pool, acting like they don't see me. So do I have to continue to put energy into it? Friends are earned. Friendship is earned. And you do have to earn people's safety. You can't just come in and be like, "Hey, girl, we cool, right?" I literally don't know you from a can of paint. We just met at this event. We just met in the Walmart aisle. Like, I don't know enough about you to decide whether or not I want to put my emotional life in your hands. So you have to earn safety in friendship and partnerships and all those things. You got to prove that you're a safe person. And that goes both ways. You also got to be a safe person to these people. If they have been good to you, you have to be good to them. They ain't to say you gonna be perfect. There's gonna be times you mess up, but that's the language of being seen. That's that support language. I see you in being the best version of yourself that you can be, and that is what's showing up as a friend right now. So you deserve to have that in return. And sometimes that makes the friendship even stronger. I didn't know that I could exist like this in our friendship, that I can talk to you this way, that I could do this, I could do that. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing that not many of us get to experience because we didn't start inwardly first. And that's the tricky thing. Like I teach that. I actually written a course and a framework about this in my other life, which is a joy element as a business owner, of you teach people how to see you, and you share what you have internally because you need to, not because not for solely for content, not because you need to bleed all over the internet, but you share that which is in you because you are an audience of one, you are a niche of one, and you've gone out into the world looking for yourself, but you didn't go inward first. And now that you have a way deeper understanding of the vast universe and multiverse that you contain, you can now be able to go deeper and go into these other realms and worlds within you and not feel like you only are allowed the version that maybe was imprinted on you through lived experience, through childhood, through behavior, through all of these things, through trauma, all that. So being seen is a massive thing for me right now, and allowing myself to be seen. And that is what's bringing me here, and also how I'm showing up for myself, within myself, and for others, while also having the parameters of, if you see me struggling and you keep walking by and pretending you don't see me, we ain't cool no more. We could have a conversation and we could potentially kind of hash it out. But I'm always going to have in the back of my mind that when I'm in that state of barely having my head above water, you're one person I can't come to. And sometimes that's okay. Sometimes you need to turn up friends. Sometimes you need a friend that you go talk whatever about, and they're going to give you horrible advice. But you're going to be like, you know what, at least I just got it out. And, and sometimes that's it. Sometimes that's it. That's all. That's all they can be. And that's okay. They don't have the capacity to be any more than that, because maybe, not to say that they don't have the ability, but maybe they got to that point and they just decided, no, I'm I'm cool to stay in this state. This is enough for me. I don't need anything past this. I don't want to have to be anything more for anybody else past this. And you can't do nothing with them people. Just be like, okay, and that's fine, because it ain't your job to try to convince people to how to do X, Y, and Z for you. Um, but yeah, being seen is my support language. I am coming with larger cups into my life, into where I deem I'm worthy of being, approaching the universe with larger vessels to go, can y'all fill this up? I'm sorry that all I thought I was deserving of was this thimble, and I'll just make the rest of it work. With this thimble, I'm going to get $1 out of 15 thimbles. That's what I'm going to do. And instead, I could have just came to y'all with the back of a tractor trailer and been like, can y'all feel this? because I know y'all can. One of my favorite quotes that I saw on Threads was, "The universe is not on the budget." It's not. Even in the midst of every stuff thing that's happening right now, in the midst of billionaires stealing resources, in the midst of city councils. I'm in Virginia. I think we're the state on the East Coast with the most data centers currently. It's hot as hell. It was hazy as hell yesterday. So even in the midst of people that are going out of their way to destroy that which was never theirs to lord over, we still can have more than enough. Because the universe, one, sees the people that are out here doing the right thing, that are out here fighting. Do it always look like it's about to, they looking out for the people that no. I'm, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it all the way tall. No, no, it does not. Sometimes it look like the universe went. I don't know what that sign means because I can't read. But there are also times where the universe will come back, you know, spin the block a few times and go, you know what? We see you. We see you and you see you. So we're going to acknowledge that you are seen. And we're going to fill the vessel that you now know that you deserve. Our bad for not seeing you the first few times. So I really, I think that the worst of people are falling. I, for a really long time, would be so upset when luminaries, especially in the black community, were either lost their life or transcended, transitioned. And my first words out would be, Mitch McConnell is right there. How do y'all keep missing him? And now we kind of feel like, all right. And maybe the joke is the fact that we don't know that he did. But maybe that's the last joke on him, to be like, oh, all the things that you did, and people just sitting around waiting on the white smoke to come out the thing to show that that nigga dead. But even in that, knowing that what we have created and what we continue to produce, the universe sees it, source sees it, our ancestors see it, our spiritual authority sees it, our dead folk, are all these entities that are working in our favor because we are them pushed out as well. And we are that which they screamed out into the future to be real. So we are showing up, and even in the midst of the bullshit, even in the midst of the wanton fuckery that is the billionaire, the elite class, the consultant class, all these classes of primarily people that are causing the most harm because they have currently the most resources. But in the vein of that, they're the poorest of all of us because all they have is money. They they barely have influence. All they have is money. Meanwhile, we're out here stretching paychecks and trying to manifest and build from nothing in a lot of ways. And we're watching them succeed, allegedly succeed with everything. But we are the ones that take over. We are the ones that build from what they think is less than, that's beneath them, that they can just bulldoze over and create another high rise, another Royal Farms, another dialysis center. Like, that's what they think. But as I've said in videos prior, the Armageddon, the rapture, all of that is us. It's us. And we are the vessel that is showing up to the universe and saying, fill us. Beyond with finances and everything else, influence, support, being seen. Feel us. We've seen how these other people have been filled, and we've seen what they can do with their Fort Knox level fortresses of riches. But that very same, I am no longer in Christianity, but there are still things within Black church specifically that are still inside of me. And we may tarry. We may have to keep making this thing work. Lord willing, the creek don't rise. But we are the ones that are going to see those cattle on 1,000 Hill. We are the ones that have those storehouses. Those are ours. We don't care that they belong to that weird looking white man from Africa and the other weird looking white man that don't like music and builds phallic shaped everything. And then the other one that probably was AI before any of us knew what that was. Their stuff belongs to us. Even beyond Eat the Rich, their stuff belongs to us because it was ours to begin with. And we are the vessels that are showing back up to go, it's time to collect.